Hi guys, it's Ray. Today I'm going to start a cup with Glitter and Pixie Dust Stitch and Mermaid Lagoon. These are both holographics, so they're both going to work great for the tack-it method. And I do have a black cup. I don't know what this was intended for, but this is what it's intended for now. So, trying to get my tack-it open. This might be dried out because this is what I was on the hunt for new containers for. So I might be mixing up some new. Alright, so I'm declaring my other container shot. If you saw my Dollar Tree haul on my other channel, you heard me say I picked up these for the tack-it method. So, that store didn't have these. I did since pick up 3 packages of these at the other store, but yeah, so I'm just gonna start fresh. That's right, I don't actually have this open that way. I do that every time. There's no sense in pouring it that way when I'm mixing a bigger batch. And I mix my tack-it a little under 50-50, somewhere in that neighborhood. You know, maybe 30-50. And I do use bottled water because we have a well, so I actually probably could have grabbed my jug of distilled water and just used that. Whoops. And if I feel like I made it too runny, I'll just add a little more glue. Should be good. Okay, so I am going to brush on one coat, let it dry. It's a little chilly today, so it's going to take a minute to dry. And then I'm going to come back in, do a second coat. I'll know it's dry when it's not white at all. So I will be back when the second coat is dry down to tacky. Alright, my tack-it has been drying for quite some time now. So I'm going to get these opened up and ready. I did open them all, but some of them I didn't actually pull the seal out of. So, okay. I grab my cup. Some people do tack-it with the alcohol method. I don't like to do that. I like to burnish it by hand. So, and I use a gloved hand. Some people can do it with their bare hands. I can't. I don't like it. So I'm going to, like I said, try and ombre this a little bit. This shaker's probably wide open enough to do. Yes. Hers are big enough to pour directly from. I just sometimes forget that because I like to use so much glitter. I'm not shy about applying my glitters by any means. But at any rate, I don't like to use the alcohol method particularly. I don't like that depending on what towel you use, you might end up with lint in it. It is quicker. I have done it. I've showed you guys. I just don't care for it. So, personal preference. If that's your method, go for it. I don't want to stop and clean up. So I'm just going to grab another paper. And when I start burnishing, some of this is going to move around anyways, so it'll kind of ombre more than. Just trying to cut a straightish line to start. I'm actually going to go ahead and just waterfall down already with this one. Probably too much of this one. I'm not going to bring my other paper back in because it might start knocking off the other color and then it'll not be nice. It'll be mixed. Just trying to lightly go over that line. I'm almost sad that I'm going to tack at this because that's a pretty darn good ombre. I thought about doing two side by side, one tack-it and one ombre, but we'll definitely be revisiting this combination and doing an actual ombre. So my glitter's on. I'm going to start burnishing. I'm actually going to start by going over the ombre line while my hand is the cleanest. Look at these gorgeous hollows coming out. So when you're burnishing like this on the tack-it method, you're laying the glitter down. And that's what's bringing up the holographic. You can burnish any glitter using the tack-it method. You're just not going to get the same effect that you get with a hollow over a black base. Any fine glitter, I wouldn't try and, well, some people do use tack-it with chunkies, but I'm not a fan myself. Okay, so while I don't like to do a full burnish alcohol method, I don't mind taking, and this doesn't even necessarily need this step, but it's going to get it. I don't mind taking an alcohol wipe and just going over it lightly, because that'll get any little spots I may have missed. Especially the bottom is where it's hardest to burnish. But this is actually going on pretty well. I mean, I'm not really adding any glitter to that. And I find with the wipes, I don't get as much lint. I mean, I'm still getting a little bit. This is why I don't like the alcohol method. But you can get like those heavy-duty shop cloths that don't leave lint. But it's pricey. So that's it. We're going to take this over, get a coat of epoxy on it. I'm going to figure out, this is so smooth. It's crazy. Like I can cover this with 10 mLs of epoxy if I wanted to. But we're going to get a layer of epoxy on it, and I am going to, all of the lint's just sticking in a little bit of tack-it on the rim, which is fine because that'll all get cleaned up after a coat. But I'm going to go through decals and stuff. I have several different ideas in my head of what I want to do with this one, so I'm going to get a coat on and then figure that out. Okay, I have some of the Epoxy Resin Store Lightning Cure mixed up that I'm hoping I can get on here quick enough that it doesn't set up on me. Okay, so if you don't like sweary things, now would be a good time for you to tune out of this video. But this is how this came out with its coat of epoxy. This is a gorgeous ombre. So I don't really have any other decals that are a good color match or that I liked for this one. And I want to kind of keep it simple because the glitter is just so beautiful. So I'm going to go with, and there goes the last F I gave. Just simple, and I don't have any like of my washi tapes or anything in a floral that would match. So it's just going to get the decal, and it's going to be cute and simple and done. So but tack-it method ombre, these two glitters, chef's kiss. I absolutely love it. So that was just trimming down my vinyl. Because of the border on this, I have a harder time lining them up. I don't know why. The angles of the rectangles just mess with my head. I'm trying to like look at it. That should be good. So just kind of doing this one like hinge method style. Burnish it down really, really well. This is a VC decal from Butterfly Lane Designs. So that means it was printed over white, which is why I can get away with putting a clear decal on top of a colored cup. But I love it, and I just got paint on my hand and on my cup. Wipe that off. So we're just going to get it over. We'll get one more coat of epoxy on it, and then probably one more coat after that just to smooth it out. I did trim off my rim because the tack-it that sticks up there is sticky. So I just kind of ran my blade around the outside a little bit and then around the top. So that's good to go. Okay, so I'm going to get the epoxy on this and we'll call it done. I know some people are going to say, oh, you should put a white background behind that or lighter to make it really pop more. I kind of prefer on a tumbler like this where it's a little inappropriate that sometimes having it look more subtle like this over, I just kind of prefer it, even though this is like my favorite word. You know, I kind of like when it blends in a little bit more. So and I need to get moving because this is that lightning cure again, and it's going to start to set up quick if I don't get moving. The final coat I will do with a regular epoxy, probably. And that's it. Like I said, it'll get one more coat. It shouldn't need any sanding. It should just need a final coat for it to have 3 coats. Because it's pretty smooth. This is so sparkly. And it's crazy. The holographic is just stunning on this one. So we'll wait for that decal to come around one more time. And there goes the last F I gave. The end. So that is it. I hope you liked it. Please like, subscribe, share, all of that, and I will see you next time.